Hello everybody, from your favorite artist electronist, Mr. Q12 here. I want to show you my device that is not working, but it's not working for some very important reason, and I find out why. And you will see how a great device it is in the end. But for now I will keep you in suspense, and I will not tell you the truth yet. As you can see, it's very erroneous right now. It's not even having that much erroneous behavior yet. The fuck is working now too well. Way too well is working. It shouldn't. So yeah, this is when I plug it in the first time, absolutely the first time, yesterday. When I plug it in and when I connected it, like you are seeing it here, it was having this kind of behavior like it is right now. If I'm lifting my finger from here, yeah, it's kind of having some erroneous behavior somehow. You see how everything is moving, and yeah, like this. And it is even sensing my palm, my skin is sensing it. I'm not touching. When it's wider like this, probably. Yeah. Anyway, it's extremely sensitive and extremely unhappy right now. And I seriously thought my device is fucked up. Either the chip that I was using inside or something else very mysterious, and I was a bit discouraged. But in the same time, I know it's a bit confusing how I'm telling things, but in the same time I was thinking maybe I'm making some kind of mistakes, and I'm not sure yet what those mistakes are when I'm probing like this, because these yellow wires are the probes and these long wires is the positive and negative. Yeah, like that. It was flickering yesterday. It was flickering. All of them, they were like this guy. They were flickering and moving around by itself. It was a disaster. It was a disaster, trust me. But now it's kind of good for some reason. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Let me actually insert some problems here. I don't know. Maybe it will get a bit more. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah. Good. So I'm introducing a little bit of weird behavior here. Weird signal. Come on. Yeah, good. You see, it is reacting to my arm, to my skin, and to my body, and it's very sensitive. So back to the problem. Come on, be erroneous motherfucker. Because yesterday you literally make me crazy, and I spent a couple of hours until I figured out what the motherfucker problem was, and it was a very important problem. And this device catch that problem. You see. This is the error, the biggest error that I got from it. The positive here and the negative. By the way, if you don't know what this LEDs means, the yellow ones means positive, and the whiter, bluish ones, tiny bit bluish, more whiter, means it's a negative signal. And the red ones in the middle means it's floating. It's floating. It's not neither negative or neither positive. Yesterday it was like this without touching anything. So what I did, I had this problem in my Proteus simulator. I wanted to test this BCD chip, and it's a brand new chip for me. I never used it. I never worked with it, if I remember right. If I don't remember right, then bad for me, because I have a bad memory. But from what I remember, I don't think I worked with it. Or if I worked with it, it was a very brief moment, and I completely forget it after that. And I had to figure it out pretty much in Proteus. And in Proteus, I'm getting the perfect output every time, you know. And I wasn't sure if Proteus is giving me the correct answer. So I come back to reality here, and I put the probes here, and I wanted to see when the inputs are 0, if the outputs, all the outputs are showing a 0. Right now they are showing a 0 here, but yesterday when I tested it, it didn't at all. It didn't show me this. It was completely random, way more random than it is right now. Right now it's fucking with me. Let me close it like that. No, it's still fucking with me for some reason. Motherfucker. I couldn't figure it out why. But then I figured it out. And I'm asking you the same question. If you figure it out, what the hell is going on? Why is giving me this very weird pattern? You see, random. And even on the 0. Yesterday it was giving me on the 0 for some reason, for very strange reason. Right now it's working perfectly on the 0. All these 4 motherfuckers are lit. But yesterday wasn't the case. Okay, so you get my point. Motherfucker. Like I said, in Proteus it gave me this perfect result. You know, on all the outputs I got 0 on all the outputs. And I wanted to check if in reality is showing me 0 or floating. I wasn't sure if all those outputs are floating or actually 0, because if it's 0, it was as in Proteus pretty much, you know. And I tested this device here that I recently built, and I am not accustomed with it. I am not used to it. And the first time when I plug it in, I got something like this, even worse than it is right now. Some white LEDs that are showing here it's a 0, they were not lit at all. And it was giving me a lot of problems. And then after I actually took a break from everything. I didn't know how to think about it. I didn't understand why it's giving me these errors. And I started really seriously. I started to believe that the integrated circuit inside this device is broken or damaged on some level. I don't know. It's I don't know what I use there. I believe I use a XOR gate. And yeah. But that chip is absolutely fine. It's good enough. So when I stepped forward, I said to myself, let's actually test the chip as it is meant to be tested. You know, to actually put something on its inputs, put a 0 or a 1, and not leaving them floating like it is right now. Right now, at this moment, all those inputs are floating like a motherfucker. Like a motherfucker, they are floating there. So I'm connecting, I have these links here, you see, these links, these white links, and I'm connecting all these inputs that I'm having here. Be careful that the inputs, where is my knife? All these inputs, numbers, can be erroneous, motherfucker. Something. So I'll keep my hand there. So the number of the inputs is not in order as the pins are 10, 11, 12, and 13. Nah. Why? Why to be in order? It's not correct. It's not right. No. So actually, the pin 10 is the logic input 1. Then the logic input 2 is pin 13. B. C is the logic pin 3 at pin 12, and this is the fourth at pin 11. So it's 1 and then backwards. 1, 2, 3, and 4 like that. And it's also the same goes for the outputs. The outputs are not flowing with the number of the pins, are not equivalent with the pin numbers. They have their own numbering, as you can see here. This is starting output 0, then output 1 and 2 until 9, which is pin 5. Motherfuckers, come on, you couldn't arrange them a little bit. This is just to fuck with the people, with people like us, like me, just to be, because why not? What the fuck? It's working, no? You have pretensions to be even in order. Come on, motherfucker. You are some motherfuckers. The users who want to use this chip, you are the motherfuckers, not us, the ones that are building it. So then, so back to the thing is, it crossed my mind to put, actually, let me introduce the error that it is all the time. And now I will put everything to 0. This is line 0 here, and the right side here is positive, where you see the plus is positive, okay? So this yellow is coming from the positive one there. So now, let's see, 3 quarter, I believe, yeah. Good. So in the moment, that is input 2, I believe, 13 right now. And this will stay without errors. Also, it will, if I'm putting one single link, it will take care of the others as well. It's like in a chain. But it's not really a good thing. It should have been, yeah, you see, everything is not moving anymore. But let me actually draw you a diagram. It is converted to decimal, actually, of the output. And this is number 1, the output. So the pin, what I connected here, I put these 4 wires on the first line here. I put it on pin 1 here. The second line, I put it to out 2. And the third line here, the third wire is here on out 3, and then to out 4, the fourth line. So pretty much what this chip is doing is converting digital into decimal. When it's 00, I'm getting pin number 1 on, like this, here. So I'm getting a response. And if I'm doing this, you see, if I'm troubling it, let me close the lights to actually make some contrast. If I'm doing this, nothing is random anymore, because the reason is all the inputs are not floating. Before, all the inputs were floating, but now when they are actually connected to something, either 0, either 1, but not floating, then I get a clear response on the outputs. I only probed this for only 4 of them, but there are 10 here. I cannot probe all of them. For the moment, all that I wanted was to be sure that the outputs here are negative and not floating. So now if I'm inserting 001 on 1, this one, it means A1 to positive. So right now are 000 all to negative, okay, all to negative. And if I'm switching this A1 to positive, I will get number 2 here, okay, this guy, and this will become 0. So when I'm doing this to positive, like this, down, you see, it switched this number 2, and this is going back to 0. So it's cycling like that. And next 0010 is number 3. So this should be input B2 to 0 to 1, and this back to 0. So this back to 0, and this last one to 1. And you see, number 3 is opening, and number 4, the last one, it should be 0011. So it should be this and this. So A1 and B2. So this one, if I'm putting it to positive here, is lighting up the fourth one, equal with 4, number 4. You see, and so on and so forth until you reach number 9. This is it. This is the test that I made, and I wanted to show you. It is a very cool device. It is a logical device. It's a logic probe, pretty much, but it is doing something extra. More than a logic probe with 1 and 0. It is also showing the floating, which is very, very important. Like I showed you before. If I'm taking out these inputs here, you see, you get the errors of the chip, and it's telling you, motherfucker, your chip is not having. You see, motherfucker, your chip is not wired correctly. It's having some problems on some inputs. So this is a very cool device to actually test your outputs and find some errors. It is helping you to understand that something is not right by giving you these erroneous outputs, and it's very cool. It's very nice to have this kind of behavior. I will have to test it further. So this is the first time when I'm using it. It is a great device to have and use, and it didn't cost me that much. It cost me most probably less than $1 single. The chip itself and the LEDs and the wires and the cardboard that I used here, less than $1, and it's a very nice project to make. It's a bit hard, but it is very nice to make it, and I'm suggesting for you to make it because it's great. It's a great comparison tool. It's a very good detector. It's a very good detector. I'm highly suggesting for you to build such device. It is a great tool to use it in finding problems and in reading your chips or your outputs or something. This is my first time you actually using it and actually needing it. I really needed to tell me what the hell is going on those outputs. And now I got the answer in reality, not in the simulator. And it's a good comparison between the reality and the simulator using this device. So yeah, it's a very cool thing. And this is it for now. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later. And tell me what do you think and leave a like even. Thank you very much. See you later. Bye bye. From your favorite artist electronics, Mr. Q12. Forever and ever.